So first things first, I have to show some absolutely hilarious stuff that I was working on um, off stream. So I was trying to get these bears riding the dragons in kind of a convincing fashion. If I put them there, yeah, this doesn't look good. This is this is kind of what I'm talking about. So if I put them as a static mesh, they kind of look lifeless, and it's not really a good look. So I was trying to animate the bear while it's on top of the dragon. So if I show you, if I show you in the viewport of the dragon, I've got the bear as another skeletal mesh component attached to the character of the dragon. And just watch this. It's ridiculous. So yeah, it kind of looks maybe a bit raunchy. I don't know. I like that it's almost synced with the wing flap animation, so it feels like he's almost pulling his wings up. But but yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Back this guy up um, one more time. So what I've been struggling with, and why I'm going to be trying to use this more advanced flying plugin, is that this outer box is my nav mesh bounds volume, and my understanding is that is what's meant to govern kind of where the player can go for VR with the VR controls, but it also governs where my non-player characters can go. So you can see the rabbits, they're all within the mesh. The bears, any character that I want to move somewhere else, um, is governed by that. I think I also just haven't shown this. I'll show this real quick. I'm developing uh, basically a part of the kind of the bear story where the player will first start in this house and then talk to the mother bear over here to get some words of encouragement, and then there will be kind of like a bear ritual where the player is kind of taken over to here, and the bears will be cheering him on, him or her on, sorry, uh, basically telling them to select one of the weapons, perform a ceremony here. I'll leave a bit of mystery until it's finished. Um, and so you can see they kind of take their positions to cheer on during the ritual. But so anyway, back to the point, I'm struggling with this dragon. So this is its collision capsule, but if I put it up in the air like that, then the default move, if I want it to move to this point, doesn't work. So I'm playing the flying animation, so don't read anything into the wing flaps. But if I lower it, it appears to be flying, uh, because it's playing that animation and it's moving. But then if I lower it um, to the ground, I believe, yeah, so there it doesn't move whatsoever. And I want it to really swoop in from the top and do something kind of dramatic, uh, that feels more special versus just this kind of generic feeling movements. That could work for the game, but I'm, hoping, especially later on too, to have more kind of advanced combat involving evil versions of the dragons. This version will be a good version that is helping the bears. So I've been evaluating a plugin, and that's what I'm going to be doing on this stream. I've never used it before. I've linked it in the description, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to test the audio real quick to make sure it's working. Yep. All right. So I am following along that tutorial. So I might be slow here because I'm doing something I haven't done before, and I'm learning from examples. So, fast forward if you get bored. Can see more progress that way. Okay. This is a behavior tree. I haven't used these a lot. This is the fly to node. That is the root of what I want to have. No, I don't want a selector. I'm looking, they said for this method of picking which goal to go to, in his example, he had an interface, and so I have not used interfaces in a while, and I have to consider using one or use an alternate method within this function to find where um, this should go to. I think for now, rather than use an interface, I'm just going to set a variable on the dragon itself um, of what its target location is. So if I edit here, excuse me, target goal 1. So I will make a array type and I'm going to create a new asset similar to the target assets I was using before. I have some of them over here. So these are bear ceremony points, which their parent class is target point, which has been working well for my navigation for that. So I'm going to duplicate that actor. So let's look for that. Bear Ser. That's in map elements level 1. Duplicate this and call these dragon. I'll say good dragon nav points. So I'll put one here. Delete that tag, doesn't need it. Put another one. Put it way over there. And then another one. And put it over there so we can get a bit of complex flight behavior. I'll even put it higher just to really test out flight. And then one more to bring it back down. So we can test out the system. And I'll want to tag these. And use the actor tag system. Tag this one 1. Tag this one 2. 3 and 4. Give it a save. And then on begin play of the good dragon actor, it's going to look to find, so we're going to change this variable type target goals, so it's an array, and change that to good dragon nav points. And this box icon makes it an array. So on begin play, get all actors of class, good dragon nav points, and then for each of these actors, I wish there was a quick way to sort things by tags. I bet there is. I'm going to search for that later though. I just want to do this kind of brute force for now. So maybe I could write my own function to do sort by tag. Hmm. Gonna see if by default it sorts them the proper way anyway. Maybe we can be lazy here. So it gets all those points, sorts them, prints them to screen. Let's see what happens. I've got 2 dragon actors, so delete that one for now. Poor bear. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. So it does seem consistent. So if I order them, so what I can do is reverse. Just move that down. Just leave that for testing later. So it gets dragon, they begin play, gets those actors. And then I want to add to this array. Current goal will change to an integer. Okay, so it does that at launch. So for pick goal of that dragon, we'll want it to and custom event. Set goal markers. Actually, I prefer that going at begin play. Be interesting testing for us to see if that works. So we'll assume that it's already set. I'm gonna get, what's it called? Good, what do they call it? Target goals. Target goals. I want to get that, and then I want to also get target goal, current goal. Get, copy. That. Oh, my wife just got home. Okay. Output good dragon. Nav points reference. So that's the one. Make sure it's valid after all that. Give that the execution. And then if that is valid, I think the rest of his function was to just set that blackboard value of flight goal. But let's double check the video he put out. Ornella, I'm on video, okay? And if it is valid, Set blackboard value as a vector and get world position transform world location. Actor location. It's giving less weirdness, so yeah. And the key. Hmm. Black. Oh, that's just the name. Key is name. Flight goal. Believe. Let's try that anyway. It should just be the name. Yeah, flight goal, flight goal. Alright, so we'll try that and see if this works. Well, that's the first step, is picking a location. The second step, only composite nodes are allowed. I think I'm missing a sequence. Yep, sequence. Sequence. Do this first, then that. You can see they're marked 1 and 2. Just gonna check YouTube chat, see if anyone's chatting with me. Nope. Hopefully some people watch later. Okay, so flight location key, flight goal. Save. So for now, let's try just using those. The other step we have to do is to add to our map an actor. What did he call it? We'll have to just check the forum post. DON Navigation Manager actor. A new blueprint class, DON Navigation Manager. Okay. DON Nav Manager. So from his explanation, we place this anywhere on the map. So we could place it there. It's a DON Nav Manager. The voxel size of 100, he said, was pretty good. It seems like good starting values to try. I don't want the dragon to fly too far out of that zone. So we can try play. Oops. Hope it's not going to crash or anything. We need to put back on here. And he said comma was useful for visualizing the nav mesh. Doesn't seem to be the case, but I think he bound that in his custom map. So I would need to do that if I wanted that to work. So now we need to create an AI controller for the dragon. So we'll go back to our non-player characters folder and create a new class, AI controller. I don't know if I need to use that VR AI controller class, but it doesn't bother me too much to try and just use that. It's a subclass version. Maybe it has some optimizations. I haven't really looked into the differences. Good Dragon AI controller. And what we want to do is set its blackboard somehow, I think. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm possibly screwing up here. Class settings. Just gonna give a quick Google to how to use behavior trees. I'm looking at the behavior tree quick start guide. Okay, so it appears that on this blueprint of the AI controller is where I need to tell it to use the blackboard. And that's where I select my blackboard. Target is self. And then from that blackboard, run behavior. Run behavior tree. So I set the blackboard, and I do this. Run the behavior tree. And now I've got the good dragon on its class settings. Where's that? I set that to the good dragon AI controller. So let's test again, see if anything changes. Yeah, it's doing more complex behavior, so that's great. I also need to turn off what I was doing on my map to have it navigate. I think it was either in the game mode or the map, so let's look at the level blueprint first. It's just bare stuff. I do need to clean that up later. For now, I'll just leave it in case I need to use it. I want to check Steam game mode. Dragonfly, that's the section I wanted to look at. Apparently I missed a G. Um, that's no longer necessary because my intention was just to attach them, but I don't need to anymore. Get all actors with tag dragon 1, cast a good dragon, move to, so don't want to do that anymore, because my dragon is flying straight from its begin play. And so just for clarity's sake, let's also delete that point. So let's see what the dragon's behavior is. So there it's not moving. So it's good because we've verified that it's following the behavior tree, I guess. It's taking a long time to hit play now. I'm not sure why. Oh, I got a message that said invalid goal. Let's add a breakpoint here. This value is 0, and it's looking for -1. So that's the issue. Need to set that value as 1. Might have missed setting up the next execute out of this function. So I set the blackboard value, but maybe I'm missing something there. Yeah, I have to finish the execute. So now it's getting to that node. And flight goal has a location set. So I want to stop, remove this breakpoint, remove that breakpoint. Gosh, it takes forever to hit play now. going to try a build. I'm going to watch a bit more of the video too. Alright. Oh yeah, let me just turn it down. Okay. Oh, I love you, Kerr. So I want to do a new task when they reach the goal, and also add in that fail delay from the tutorial video. So we'll see what it changes if I change its movement. Okay, let me check. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'll turn the video down. Yeah. No, no, that's okay. Yeah, I'll just take it down. Yeah, it's safer. All right. Thank you, love. Makes sense. If the character is bigger than the voxels, navigation won't work. The mesh is so huge though, so I think it's screwing up. It's alright. It's nice to see that speed go. So what I was doing, I'm downloading the sample project from the plugin, and that download is finished. I'm going to move it to a different drive. And I'm going to check out his sample project for how he's doing these behavior trees because I'm not able to follow it just from the video. Just winzipping my, or unzipping the file that I downloaded now, the sample project, and then I'll be opening it in Unreal. So just bear with me while we do that. And our goal right now is to set up this behavior tree with behavior when it reaches the goal, if this fails as well, what to do, and then iterate through the next goal. So come back to this sequence when it's reached its goal successfully. And then if there's not any more valid goals, then it's meant to do some kind of behavior, which will be kind of like a static flying animation. But to do that, first we have to see an example for how to set up how to set it up when they've gotten all the way there. So let me double check. I'm going to double check the version that his plugin was in. It was in 4.15. So I'm going to open it in 4.16, I suppose, because that's probably the safest, the least changes. So hopefully this opens in missing or incomplete modules and on AI navigation plugin. Would you like to disable it? No. I'm just going to try changing this to 0.6, seeing if it still gives us an issue. Opening it in Unreal. Although I suppose I don't actually need it to run this project, I just really need to get in there and look at the behavior trees. But it would be nice to have a working example for messing around with stuff. My wife is showering right now, so that's why I've got the camera pointed down. Not that kind of stream. What? Nope. You're safe. Okay, so I'm going to now install Unreal 415 because that version of Unreal will be compatible with this plugin. And that might take a while, so we might have to do this the next time. Add versions. Install. I've got like every version of Unreal installed by now. It's crazy. I'm running out of space in my C drive. Might have to delete some stuff. I'm gonna close this this stuff I have open. Well, there's nothing really on the stream now, so I'm gonna shut it down, but I'm basically installing Unreal 4.15, and that'll take a bit of time to download. It's still queued. It says it's installing. It's got pretty sweet looking graphs showing that as well. Yeah, it's at like 3% though. I'll just show it whenever. You guys can fast forward to more interesting part if you like. Look at this sweet little install graph here. This is pretty slick. Good download speed too. Have to figure out what's taking up my my C drive, because I'm getting low in space. Down to 140 gigs. Too many games. Too many games on there. What could I live without? That's what I gotta decide. I probably have a ton of stuff from my Steam that I could just get rid of that I don't play. Open it up. Deinstall some stuff so I don't run out of space. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I got a text from you. Must have been when you were coming home. Oh, love you too. We, of course. For some reason, Steam is not starting for me. Try one more time. Control Delete. Almost done. Excuse me. Video back on. Waiting for this to finally load. It's at 94% now. It's the real joyful moments of development when you're sitting here waiting for something to load. I probably should have used this time productively, but oh well. 95%, come on. Alright, there we go. Put this on the screen. This is the example. Check this actor. Flight AI controller. And this is what I needed to set up. So I suppose what I need to do then, I need to basically write some code that does a polling loop or something that checks to see if it got to the goal. Kind of curious to see how he does this. So it's called demo pawn interface. Let's see if I can find that in the source code. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Functions, get goal actor, on goal reached. Suppose I can just flag it whenever it gets within a certain radius on fly 2. Flight result key. Okay. So I've got fly 2 here. I need to inspect the code of fly 2 to see if there's any kind of key or output when it actually gets to it, I suppose. So it doesn't let me inspect it. But is there an output if it succeeds? Like, I don't. It says flight result key. Key to flip-flop when task exits. Maybe that would be useful. Hmm. Anyway, got a better understanding of this, so I'm going to take a break, and the next time when I come back to this, I'll be starting from this point and creating this kind of behavior tree and setting flying behavior with this and making it finish the flight and then go to the next goal when it finishes that if there's more goals that are valid. So for now, I'll just show, I guess, just for fun, a little bit of these and show how they're working so you can look forward to all of that.